Alright, I know it's been a minute since I've dropped one of these longer videos, and honestly, I like making these videos, so it's something that I've missed, and I feel like you guys are owed one. Okay, so we are going to talk about Diddy. And I know some people are probably tired of hearing about him and everything, his name's in all the papers and news and all that shit. But what I'm talking about is something that happened years ago that, like, I'll just I'll just explain it, okay? But first things first, I want to give a major shout out to anybody who has supported me, and like I do notice like my followers growing and stuff. Speaking of that, if you could hit the subscribe button, that would be cool. That's all I ask. Um, but yeah, like this is gonna be a different kind of Diddy story. But I just want to say welcome to all. Like, if it's your first time, if it's your 50th time, whatever, I appreciate everybody. Okay, so this happened. I want to say I want to say like 2018 or 2019 or something like that. Like a good like 4 or 5 years ago. Okay. So, it was Halloween, and it was Halloween, so like all the celebrities are, they're dressing up and they're spending all their money, and they're like, there's people that look like Avatar, that are all blue, and like they look like the real deal, and because they have money to blow like that. So, you know, so it cuts to like it's showing different. It might have been the Met Gala or something. It was something on the East Coast. I don't know if it was the Met Gala, but it was a bunch of different celebrities that were showing up. Like I think Jason Momoa was Aquaman, which was pretty low hanging fruit if you ask me. But hey, you got to work with what you got, I guess. So all of a sudden, I see a person. I have not identified this person yet, and they are spitting image of Heath Ledger's Joker from The Dark Knight. Like, he's got the voice down, he's like got like the cadence and the movements down, and he has like a little like M5 or M4. I'm not a gun guy, so he has like it's like some kind of machine gun, and Diddy is like walking around like kind of like walking kind of crazy, and he's like doing like impressions of like going like ha 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 and like stuff like that. And I personally like, and you got to remember this was years ago, okay? So I personally thought that it was a really good costume. Like it had like the purple pinstripes, and like he had the makeup on his face, and like you really couldn't tell it was Diddy unless he like actually talked or like asked somebody if they wanted to have a freak off or something, and had like 40 bottles of baby lotion in his car or something like that. So after that, the day after Halloween, um, like Halloween, like there's all these clips of him like just like pacing up and down the street, just kind of like a madman, straight up. Like, but that's what the Joker was, and like I thought the whole point of Halloween was to try to dress up as accurately as possible as the person that you wanted to go as. Like I've seen people like literally strap batteries to their chest and pretend to be a terrorist, and that was like one of the best Halloween costumes of the night. You know what I mean? Like it didn't really make sense to me. So like the day or maybe 2 or 3 days after Halloween, I see on Diddy's Instagram that he has this piece of paper, and the piece of paper says that it's a cease and desist, and it's basically telling him that he is no longer allowed to dress up as the Joker on Halloween for like the rest of his life. And like, obviously I thought it was funny, but at the same time it's like he didn't hurt anybody. Like, I mean, obviously all this dirt is coming out about him now, which is not going to help his case whatsoever of what I'm talking about. But at that time, when he was at least somewhat more, I don't want to say innocent, but just more under wraps, um, like, I was just kind of confused of like, he nailed the character. Like, he had the voice down, he had like the movements down and everything, and he gets a cease and desist to say, hey, you can't dress up as this character, when I thought the whole point of Halloween was dressing up as a character and trying to be like like the closest to that person as possible. So obviously Warner Brothers did not, like, they saw something that everybody else didn't. And I find it ironic that their name was Warner Brothers and they didn't even have the decency to warn some brothers. So that's my little 2 cents on the whole different side of the Diddy situation. So that was just something I noticed, paid attention to, thought it was weird, and now that all this other shit is coming out, it's making a lot more sense. And Warner Brothers must have gotten a peek behind the curtain or something, and they were like, nah, like, we don't want this guy associated with our company. Like, let's just like nip this in the bud right now. So anyways, hope you guys liked the video. I know it's been a minute since I put a like longer one out there. I've been doing more shorts. But yeah, if you want to keep supporting the channel, just hit me with a sub. Throw some comments in, whatever. I'll respond. Like, I'm a very people person and everything. So, yeah. Anyways, I hope everybody has a good week, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.